Hello and welcome to What Am I Rolling, a twice monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 2 of our Warhammer one-shot, so make sure you listen to the first part before continuing on with this episode. To briefly recap, Callum, Naomi, Tom and I are playing Anders, Talfer, Snorri and Henrik, a band of less than ideal adventuring heroes who are adventuring in the old world of Warhammer. They have been asked by a local farmer, a man called Luther, to get rid of an unwanted house guest, Lord Henrik Christoph von Trapp, who has been staying at Luther's farmstead for quite some time. Yet, things are not all as they seem, and as night falls, the party sets out plans to find out more about this lord. Remember, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay measures the success of anything a player wants to do using a D100 system. For any test, a player must roll 2d10s, where one represents the tens and the other represents the units. Then compare that result to a character stat in a given skill. This is the target number for that test. Simply put, the lower the roll, the better you succeed. Sometimes, depending on the difficulty of the check, the GM may give a penalty or a bonus to that target number needed in order to succeed on a test. Difficulty here can range anywhere from very hard, which is a -30 to the target number, through to very easy, which is a +60 to the target number. I just want to say before we start a massive thank you to Chris from Darker Days Radio for running this amazing one-shot for us. Darker Days Radio is a great podcast. It features horror role-playing writers discussing their favourite RPGs. RPGs such as Vampire the Masquerade, Chronicles of Darkness, and, of course, Warhammer. I was very lucky to be interviewed by them at the beginning of this year, and since then have taken part in a number of their live streams on Twitch and at various online conventions. Honestly, I think they're great, and if you're interested in horror and grimdark role-playing games, I would highly recommend checking them out. I'll put a link to their podcast and Twitch and also Chris's other work in this episode's show notes, so do check them out when you get a chance. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players, and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. But what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. So, with all that out of the way, let's get back to Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay.
Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to turn in. It's been a long day already, though. I hope you find some way to get rid of his lordship, because he's getting on my goat. I tell thee, on my goat, on my goat.
Luther, I appreciate it. Obviously, you need to go for Betty buys, but I wanted to ask one question. You've got a watchtower out there and stuff, and we were under the impression that this was just a simple farmstead, but it seems more of a fortress, which is cool.
It would have been. Well, the point is that this farmstead is one of many. There are many farms dotted around further beyond here, and in times of great need, when the armies of those god awful Sigma blasters, those orcs, or worse, and he looks around. You've heard of them, haven't you? Beastmen. They lurk in the forests. Part man, part goat. I hear they eats babies. Anyway, when they gather in numbers and begin their braying and come down on the lands of men, then many of the farms around here, the farmers and their families, flee here because it's basically like a small fortress for exactly that reason. It's what's kept those around here safe over so many centuries.
Good to know. I was going to ask if do you have anyone that's having a lookout just in case? Again, just asking, just in case. Are we expecting anything in the next few days?
I've not heard of any movements or sightings of orc nor beastmen, Sigma bastards. Obviously, the soldiers of the Empire, of the Reichland, of Emperor Karl Franz. They have their patrols to keep the numbers down, but it's only. I'm sure there'll be a time when those whose names we must not speak will once more cast their shadow over the lands of Sigmar. Sigmar bless us.
Sigmar bless us, yes. Good. I just wanted to double check, see if there was anything else that just might have crossed my mind. I turned back to the others. Maybe we could pretend to do like a drill of some sort, ring a bell, everyone has to get out and evacuate, and then we just...
Do any of us know anything about the Beastmen? Have we ever heard of them before?
You're aware of Beastmen. You've never witnessed any up close. You hear about attacks by them. They are infrequent, but it is a matter of time before some chieftain amongst their kind gathers them in large numbers. The only other time you may have heard of tales of beastmen is from those wood elves who live in the forests, who obviously hunt beastmen, given that they are the children of the Chaos Gods.
I don't talk to elves.
No, exactly right.
Absolute traitors.
Traitors? It's not like they're traitors.
Oh, they hate them because of the affair of the beards.
Very much so. It's the grudge that goes all the way back to the War of the Beard, when
the ancestor grudge.
The elves basically cut the beards off dwarves.
Wow.
They scalped their beards off dwarves. It was horrible. Yeah.
And also led to centuries-long war that basically cripples the two races.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, everyone turns in for the night. The children go and sleep in their own room with the parents, or in the watchtower, which is very cold. You are to sleep on the ground floor. In the ground floor of the watchtower, there is a bunkhouse which has a number of cots, and they're not very comfortable. But it will suffice. And that's where you're sleeping.
Excellent. Well, I guess we should all turn in then. I think it doesn't sound like there'll be anything wrong in the night. I feel very confident in that. I double-checked.
Unless someone wants to sneak around at night, because that would be a...
Oh, that's true.
Do you want to sneak around at night?
Look, I do the reading part. Everyone else does the plan. Anders, Snorri, Taltha, well, what do you think? Shall we try and break into some places? And by we, I mean you.
I could. It's definitely something I am capable of doing.
Really?
Despite evidence to the contrary. And I've been thinking, where would I go? Well, the man sleeping in the room. I could attempt to sneak in, but then the jig is up. No, actually, I'm confident. I am a man of confidence and skill, and I will execute plans as they should be executed.
Execute plans, not people.
Yes.
Can I just point out, I'm about as stealthy as a one-man band.
You'll stay with me then. That's fine.
I was gonna say.
I just reckon we should see if him actually going to sleep. Like, is him light off? That's a good start, right? Because there is no point Anders going nowhere if that man's actually awake.
True.
Does he have a window? We might be able to watch.
There is a window to his room, yeah.
Well, okay, so is the plan that 3 of us stay down here watching one person go up, and that person either gets in or does not get in? And if they do get in, then we stay down here still?
I reckon. I mean, we're not going to necessarily get this done in a super quick time. And I, for one, am going to find out more information tomorrow than what I am tonight, because that's when I can go listen and talk to the rats.
Good. Sorry.
Yes.
Anders, I will happily stay up with you and see if you get in, if you wish to do that. Or if you want to sneak around, I'm not that stealthy, but I can try. I'm a fast learner. Apprentice wizard badge.
You're like a learner.
102.
So who's retiring to bed, or you can obviously try and look around, see if you spot anything else. You've only got a small bit of candlelight, obviously, to illuminate the inside of the building.
I'm gonna go outside the building and watch to see what time they go to sleep, because that might be useful information for the next day. But I think breaking in at this point is probably a little bit preemptive.
Be prepared, yes.
If you stay up for, I think if you stay up for a while, you can be guaranteed that they'll have drifted off to sleep more than likely. And also, you could assume that they've drifted off to sleep if their candle has been put out by going outside and checking, looking out the windows.
Okay, I will watch the window and then wait an hour, and then I'll sneak in and try and break into the room.
Yeah, and the best place to watch that is to go over to the smithy where Henry, the eldest son, sleeps. So you can also chat to him, because he's a young man who's pissed off. He's the one that apparently is to blame for hurting the Lord.
Good evening, Henry. How are things?
So yeah, you've got over to the upstairs. You're in where there's hay in the barn, and but also his bed. But from that window, from his window, you'd be able to watch the window where Heinrich is sleeping, and Henry is there, just looks annoyed, still upset and tired of this. Why have you've come over here? What's the matter? Is there something I need to deal with?
No, I was just simply wondering at what time the annoying prick falls asleep. Yes.
Yeah. His lordship is like, give him another. He's got a hip flask. He's got some whatever Jaeger or something that he had on him. So he normally has a sip of that, it seems, and then drifts off to sleep. Give him another hour or so, another watch, and he'll be fast asleep. Yeah, you can stay here and keep out of the rain if you want to stay in the dry. It's warmer here because obviously the fire from the forge downstairs keeps it nice and warm here, warmer than the farm actually. So by all means, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
You want something to drink? Looks
yes,
around.
Absolutely.
And he pulls out a bottle and pours it, and it's like, it's Jaeger. It's like some herbal liqueur, and it like clears your sinuses. Works, right? Don't tell the old man. It's mine.
Definitely.
If he found it, it'd be gone.
Where did you get it from?
Oh, I was out trading all the way back out to one of the larger towns. What's it called? Howat. That was where it was from. They're renowned for it. They're good brewers there.
Don't stop in Howat. They just keep going. You
got to be careful of Howat. Howat's. I hear Howat's been having trouble with what do you imagine? Headless horsemen. Crazy. If you ask me, they're all drunk there anyway. Drunk or just inbred, but same difference.
It's the same difference.
Right, so while you're waiting to see if you can break into that room, the others then, you're lurking around. Anyone that is possibly walking around in the gallery upstairs, because obviously there are old paintings and tapestries and maybe some stuffed animal heads and so forth, and antlers and everything else. You can look around and see if you spot anything of interest. I'm sure Henrik and Snorri might be quite interested in that stuff because your characters are educated to a certain extent.
Cultured, sophisticated.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. Taltha, do you want to come? I mean, I can explain what they say on the little plaques and stuff.
I really like them fancy houses.
Come on then.
One of the paintings you look at is a very old. It's peeling, cracked. And as you read it, it says Mordheim before the fall.
Ah, a classic.
I'm racking my brain here. I should know this.
Mordheim is the city of the damned. Mordheim was struck by a warpstone meteorite in the year 1999. So 500 years before when this story, what we're doing right now, takes place. And happened during the time of 3 emperors. And it became a cesspit for mercenaries, the undead, chaos, and was eventually flattened after the coming of the new emperor, Magnus the Pious, during the Great War against Chaos in around about 2,300 by the age of Sigma. Yeah. So yeah, Mordheim. It's a picture of Mordheim.
Tal, look, you see, look, I love the reds in this. So many reds.
Yeah.
Are they them people? They don't look quite like people in that.
It's like a painting by Bosch, but it's like of decadent people in the city of Mordheim having the most decadent carnival. There's mostly some really naughty things going on in the painting if you look and peer very closely.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to unsee some of them things.
Do all the paintings or all the tapestries have some like a similar theme?
Oh, there's certain things. Some will be like there's a tapestry that's likely a prayer to Sigma. One of the other pictures is of some perhaps noble whose name is long forgotten. Another one will be of a image of again some castle. Possibly one may well be a painting of Drachenfels, which is a well-known castle.
So yeah, I guess, but my answer, I guess it was just making sure it wasn't all like doom and gloom, like really horrible things. Like, why is this in this farmhouse? You know, that sort of thing.
No.
Cool. I just wanted to check. And would this be something you'd expect to see in like a fortress? And like seeing.
Yeah, they'll have because it's very much like Renaissance period Germany.
Yeah,
they'll have lots of that weird stuff. Paintings and sculptures and so forth. I mean, there's mostly a stuffed ferret that's got like a small like halberd and is dressed in the livery of the Reichland, just because. And everyone can make who's looking around. You can all make a investigation roll with a -20 to your skill check.
Where's investigation? Sorry, I'm being.
Investigation will be perception.
-20.
Yeah.
Oh. I haven't got a very big margin of chance here. But I rolled a 6.
Excellent.
Hey.
Yeah, I did not pass that at all.
I rolled a 25, so in a normal circumstance that would have been fine, but -20.
I needed an 11, but I got a 6.
You are looking at another painting, and this one again seems to date from something to depict something from Mordheim, and it's instead it's just a picture of like a harlequin type character, you know, a jester, but he's carrying in one hand he's got some tarot cards, and in the other hand he's got a fish. That's the painting. You can't read what it says anymore. You don't know what it says. And you're just looking around, looking at the painting, very interested. The frame of the painting also looks really expensive. And as you're looking at it, maybe a bit too close, you lift the painting up from the wall a bit, you know, and then you hear this metallic plonk onto the floor.
Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
You look on the floor and you find a signet ring.
Wait, I think I found something. I don't really know what it is.
Bring it into the candlelight. Let's see.
Here, it's got like, I mean, it's a ring, and it looks like it's got like a symbol on it.
Yeah, it has a symbol on it. It has some heraldry on it.
What?
Let's see. Everyone can make a lore roll, especially if you've got lore heraldry. If you don't have heraldry, it's going to be much more difficult with a -20. If you don't have lore, it's going to be intelligence.
Yeah, so that's what I assumed.
Is law a talent, or is that? I'm not actually
It's a skill.
law.
It's in. You probably would have it in a grouped or advanced skills.
Yeah, it's
Right,
an
oh,
advanced
which
skill.
I do not have.
I've got law in brackets magic in that.
Yeah.
But I don't have just law anything else. So
Yeah, I have law poison.
Excellent.
sorry, did we have to minus anything for that?
-20.
Oh no, fail.
Yeah, I got 42. So yeah, that's not.
How much do you fail by, Fiona?
So it was I would have passed. Normally it's because it's 33 and my intelligence is 33. But obviously with the
Okay,
minus.
so all right. I'll let you have a little bit of information because it's the symbol of a bear and the way it's drawn. You at least know it is not from the Empire. It is actually a signet ring belonging to some noble house all the way from the kingdom of Kislev. So Kislev is basically Russia, is like Tsarist Russia in the Empire, and is, an impressive place.
Incredible find. Very, very far away, this place. Nori, do you recognize anything? Know anything more about it? You've got metal in your blood, as we all do. But you have more so than money.
Metal in my blood.
I know that was a big assumption. I'm so sorry. I'm still learning.
Can I have a wee look at the craftsmanship and see if I don't know?
Oh yeah, good craftsmanship, for a human. And it's definitely gold. You can tell it's gold.
Doesn't require us to like bite it or something.
You give it a little bit of a nibble, and it's soft enough on your teeth. Yeah, it's gold.
I want to check all of the rest of the paintings.
Great idea. Great idea.
I'm gonna go around and feel around the edges, see if they pull away from the wall. I've got the bug now.
Yes, there is nothing else behind it. You spend a good amount of time. You even look under the ferret. There's a moment you're thinking, do I open the ferret? But you decide not to because it's too pretty. We head back to Anders, and obviously while this is going on, a certain candle goes out, and you assume that more than likely a certain lord has gone to sleep.
Henry, do you think now might be a good time?
Yeah, I think you could do it. Do you need a leg up to the up to his window?
I wouldn't have to go through the door. That's a genius. Yes, please.
He locks the door, but I doubt he thinks about locking the window. There's not
Very
even
true.
a lock on the window. You'd be able to pry it open pretty easy. Yeah, let's do that.
That sounds easier. Let me do that.
He heads out with you into the cold of the night, and he lifts you up. You're stood on his shoulders, and you're able to, you're going to still need to make a dex roll to open that window.
I'm sure that'll be fun.
Famous last words.
84.
Oh,
What's wrong with you? Maybe could this be a point where you use fortune, perhaps?
yeah, you could either spend a fortune to re-roll, or you could spend a point of resilience to choose to just succeed.
I will do fortune because
Okay, you
What's
get
the
to do a
worst that
re-roll.
could
It's going to be like 89.
Yeah.
it's 34. And
So
my
that's a pass.
dexterity is 31.
Oh no, you can pass. You can pass.
Okay.
We're getting you in.
Hand wave it.
Yeah.
You can pass on that. Don't worry.
It's a slash window rather
I
than an OP
should've
window.
Yeah. You open the window, and you now need to make a athletics roll to. Well, you basically make an athletics sneak roll to whichever is appropriate to get in and not make a sound.
Come on.
Do you have a speciality with your sneak?
I believe. I'm.
Maybe check
I
your
can
talents.
I can reverse the dice roll if it's a failed stealth check, which is nice.
Oh well, now we know.
Why? Which talent is that?
Alley cat.
Okay. Yeah. We'll treat this as alley cat because it's basically like breaking into people's houses.
Yeah. I also have criminal, and that says page 135. So I don't know what.
I will
what
tell
that
you
is,
what
but,
that does as well. It's mostly something like you can just pilfer things with no problem. Criminal means that you can, for the purposes of securing money. So it's out of game stuff. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
It's basically about how you earn money versus how other people earn money.
If it helps, I've just looked at mine and it says right at the bottom, it says second sight. So I have the sight, but I like the idea that I only do that when I'm asleep. So I just like eyes open, like like that.
And then I have +2 movement when fleeing, which is good to remember right now. So
And possibly during combat.
yeah, I'm gonna do stealth. So
For God's sake.
50 something, right?
Read it out. 98.
Oh, that's an automatic fail.
You can't even reverse that, 'cause that's even worse.
Can you use another point of fortune or use it?
Do you
can
want
I
to
spend
your
fortune
resilience?
again?
You could spend your point of resilience and just automatically succeed.
I'd say use
Yeah, I'm doing something that is by my motivation. So sure, I will spend a point of resilience to win.
There we go.
I really
Done.
like the idea that you're like coming through the window just on the worm.
Yeah, you go in and you are quiet, and you can begin to have a look round. You can make a perception test. It's totally in the dark. You only got the light from outside to guide you. You might have night sight, you might not.
I do not have night sight. No.
Dwarves have night sight, I think, sometimes. Yeah, you're going to have to make a perception test with a -10 on the perception test because it's dark.
Cool. Awesome. Super cool. Super cool. So that's a big fail. That's a 47 against the 17. So...
Okay, right. So, because you failed, right, you can keep looking, but given you failed, if you choose to look again, I will be rolling to see whether you wake up Heinrich.
Narrative. 60.
Right, Heinrich's perception.
I hope it's a deep
perception
sleeper.
runs off initiative, doesn't it? But he's drinking. He's been drinking, so I'm going to say he's
good work, Nori.
at a 35 on that. No, he doesn't notice you. You're fine. Did you fail on that roll?
I did fail on that roll. Yeah.
You're going to roll again?
What have I got? So I need to get a 17 or less.
Oh yeah, you do.
I hope maybe you brought a candle with you.
I could, but then he'd succeed.
Yeah, I know.
This is the kind of person that Anders is. 14!
Yay!
Right.
Oh my
let me
goodness.
see. You find a map under his clothes, or no, it's in his boot, and it's a map that's clearly that he's hand drawn, the map of the farm, and there are several locations marked on it with an X. And you creep out the window and get the hell out of there.
Excellent. I'm going to bring this to the smart person, Patrick.
Wait, so you trail round, go round, and come back where we are, and like looking at all these paintings, which is very close to where he is.
True.
As you're still looking at paintings, Anders obviously creeps up the steps and is watching everyone looking behind paintings, looking behind antlers, looking in the mouths of a stuffed fox's head.
You should really leave this to the professionals, everybody. I just did it. I did it. It actually worked.
Wow, we knew.
I'm a professional thief.
We never doubted you for a second.
And Anders, you realise even from the map, one of the X's is the gallery, and the other X's, there is one which is the watchtower, and it has a number on it, which is the number 3. And then the other one is marked with the main hall, so below you, and you look down, and it's clearly the fireplace. And the X, of course, the other X that's marked, you realise is a certain painting that had a ring behind it.
What were the numbers for the 3? So number 3 was the watchtower, and what was the main hall?
That's the other ones that have numbers next to them. The watchtower has a 3 on it.
There's a 3. The fireplace downstairs has been marked, and then here with the painting.
Yeah.
I'm going straight down to the fireplace. If someone points this out, I'm going straight to the fireplace.
Anders, come.
I'll show the map, and yeah.
Yeah.
Anders,
Okay.
come.
So Talta, you head down to the fireplace in the main hall, and you look at the fireplace, and you're picking around, and you realise there's a loose brick there. Perfect for hiding something under there. You lift it up, and you find under it a small bag that contains several coins. Quite a lot of currency, actually, because you start losing count. And some of those coins are definitely shillings. That's a lot of money. That's more than you earn in a week. That's more than you earn in a month. Maybe even in a year.
I think I found some monies.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, just
As you lift the bag out from the fireplace, you hear from the kitchen a cackling laugh. It's mine too. That was Aunt Mag's.
You're dreaming. Go back to sleep.
Well, she's not in the main hall with you, so you'll have to go. You'll have to go to the kitchen.
Okay.
all right, yeah, it's just behind us, just like no. But So wait. So just to fill you in, Anders, Talahir here found this ring, and now with your map, it seems that our lordship has been hiding things. Really, these must belong to them. And I recognise the bear thingy. It's a sigil. It's a very long law from what I know. So there must be something in the watchtower as well. But why would they hide stuff here? Why would they? Well, I guess to stop thieves. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean just staring straight at.
It's perfectly fine. Clearly, it hasn't worked because I did the stealth thing and broke in. I just need to believe in myself. I feel like I'm having like a really up night. You know, like I just feel so much better about myself.
Great. Well, I'm glad you found your confidence after last time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fellows, what do we say? Do we? I feel bad taking it for ourselves. Maybe we should give it to Lufa.
Well,
what do you think? What do you think this all means?
Morality is a flexible concept, and sometimes you just have to do the most simple thing, which is to take it for yourself.
Are them coins all for this area? For like?
Oh, that's a good question. Who wants to evaluate the coins? Either you need to make a challenging perception or evaluate test, or you can make a hard, so -20 law and heraldry test, and you would be able to find out exactly which regions of the empire they're from, if they're from the empire.
Well, I reckon I wouldn't necessarily be able to do either of those because I've got the intelligence, but I might know if they money that I could spend somewhere in the empire or not.
Are you making the check?
Who wants to, you can all make a test. It's just a challenge. It's just basic perception or evaluate.
Perfect. I fail completely. Not a critical fail. Just that I don't pass. So I have no idea where these are from.
84 doesn't get it either.
72.
94.
Nope. No idea.
Nope, you have no idea.
What is money?
As a dwarf, I feel like I should be.
The only thing you realise is that the coins are not perfect. They've been clipped. It doesn't take a genius to notice that.
Oh. So do we think they're fake, perhaps, or marked in a way? Do we think these are stolen? Gasp!
Wait, so you said they have or haven't been clipped?
They've been clipped. They've been shaved of metal.
So someone's just trying to steal a wee bit off it. Okay.
I reckon someone thought they could maybe make themselves a bit of money in a press or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's another cackle from the kitchen of Aunt Mags, and she starts rhyming about pennies.
I reckons maybe we should talk to that lady. I didn't wanna, but I reckons maybe she knows more than she's letting on.
True. She's been in the rocking chair for at least a couple of hours, so she will have seen something. She probably has a good eye and knows a lot more.
She knows this is money. That seems a bit strange to me because it was in the bag when I found it.
Let's go talk to her.
You head through to the kitchen where the fireplace is still, there's still some burning embers, enough to keep the place warm, and she is in the rocking chair. It seems to be where she sleeps. And as you come in, you can see the glint in her eyes. Oh, my dears, you're here. Oh, good sir, do you have I see fire in your eyes.
This happens all the time with the older ladies. Yes.
And, I see, young sir. You have a map there? You've been finding your way around easily?
I haven't had any trouble so far, no.
Didn't wake anyone up? I'm surprised you are nimble on your feet, aren't you?
Yes.
What else have you been able to acquire in your in your small life?
Hang on.
Very little.
Wait, no, don't. You don't have to answer that.
Are you happening to look for some more of these? And she brings out a few more coins. Found them with the rest. Ah, but I guess.
Wait. Sorry. What do you know of his lordship? What did he put the coins there? What do you know? Tell us, crone. Point finger. That's how
Oh
we do it.
no. These be mine. So you looking for anything else?
When you say they be they yours because you found them? Because that's valid. Or be they yours because you put them there?
They are mine because they are mine to look after. They are mine.
Right. And do you think there's anything else's hidden around the house or the farm?
There's nothing hidden except for what is within one's soul, my dear.
Right.
I think you should be handing back that bag of coins there. They are not for you. They are not for you.
Absolutely. Pass them over, Talia. I don't suppose you know anything about this, perhaps, and a point. Presuming that Talia has still got the ring as well.
Cover the ring.
That was our advantage. I see. I see what I did there.
That ring is a finger that points north. That ring is a finger that points to those who are trouble.
I see.
And I spy amongst me troublemakers. Especially you, sir. You are poking your nose where it should not be at all. I do not think Heinrich would be happy that you have his map.
You think that perhaps your family might be happy that Heinrich doesn't have his map?
I am not at liberty to say, for that is the will of the fates and the will of the gods and the will of Sigmar. But you, sir, are a thief and a liar and a scoundrel. But I respect them nonetheless. Now, hand that back over. You do not wish for that bag of coins. It is a bad luck. Certainly bad luck to be pilfering when you are guests in someone else's house.
Indeed, but we're here to help. We're trying to get rid of his lordship for your son-in-law or your relatives. We're here to help. So any help on that front?
I think you were going to help by doing some good hard labour.
That too, but this lordship, he's clearly causing dismay and misery for your family, and we're good folk. We help those who need it, and we can help you by helping the lordship leave.
Yes. Well.
I can personally say I have no interest in the coinage. I don't know about my fellow companions, but I'm sure I'm just rambling now. There's an old lady staring at me.
Terrible craftsmanship. I tell you what.
I would just hand that back over. Those coins will bring you nothing but trouble when you are trouble enough.
Other?
I would suggest you also hand over that ring. That looks like it will bring you bad luck.
I don't mind handing it over. It's just I'm a bit confused about whether you like Heinrich or whether you find him to be a problem around here.
What I care is no matter of yours, nor matter of his, nor no matter of mine. It is simply the matter and will of the gods.
Right. Yeah, that be true. And I'm going to hand over the coins.
I like the fact that we're all being just taken down by this old
lady.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like we're all terrified of old women, clearly.
Because we made the promise we don't kill the old woman. That's the promise we made right in the beginning.
I imagine you hand over the ring. You said you were going to hand over the coins and the ring, and you're going to leave her because she's.
we all back away, but eyes on her, and we don't bring it till we go around the corner. Yes.
And obviously, there was one X still left on the map.
Yeah.
I'm going to the tower.
Yeah, we didn't make any promises to hand over a map because that does not belong to her. so we're actually winning.
And you obviously, it's apparent that the map is the 3 must mean the top floor of the watchtower. And you head up there, up a ladder, and you can start looking around. You can all make perception rolls.
You, the family that are sleeping in the watchtower, are they on the very top of the watchtower, or are they?
Oh no, the family are in the. There's a. Sorry, let me find the map.
It's fine. I think he said there was a few kids about. Like
Yeah.
they were sleeping.
The kids are. They're in the very bottom of the watchtower. No, in the middle floor of the watchtower. So you'll have to pick past some sleeping children. But they don't wake up. Don't worry about it.
Say, go to fuck to sleep.
Like, don't ever ask me to do any kind of finesse skill.
Well, I rolled a 9.
Excellent.
So I find anything.
Oh yeah, you do. You are looking around, and again, there's creaking floorboards, and one of them is a bit loose, and it comes up, and inside you find underneath it you find a leather satchel containing some papers, some letters, and a small pamphlet. Obviously, you can't read squat, so you hand them over to the person that can read.
Oh, shh, quiet. Oh, you found that's free for free. Excellent.
Inside there is letters of introduction. One is a letter of introduction for Baron Archibald Hesperus. Another one is for Captain Johann Strauss, and then there is a small pamphlet penned by the learned outdoor physician for army surgeons, discussing injuries and symptoms likely to result from being thrown off a horse.
Interesting. What is the? I say this aloud to myself, obviously asking you. Well, what is the conclusion about the injuries of it? Does it say at the bottom, completely fine, just needs a bit of a sleep, but will be better? That technical terms. We learned that in the academy. Is
he not learning how to pretend to have been injured from a horse?
An insurance scam.
He looks like a sponger.
Did you say some of them's letters?
Yes, there's one to an Archibald person and a Strauss person.
Oh, well, that's exciting. Are them letters about him?
They're like letters of introduction. And do they say the same thing? And are they reporting about?
They're roughly about the same kind of thing. Like, they're what you would have as any sort of noble or so forth, with a seal or something upon them to denote your status.
Okay.
And are those letters of introduction usually carried by the people who are trying to?
Yes, they would be. That's their identity. Yeah.
Then he's scamming.
But why hide it all the way up here on the 3rd floor when he's got a gammy leg? Oh, he doesn't have a gammy leg. Very clever.
He doesn't have a gammy leg.
Very clever.
Yes.
Obviously, it is getting late, and your characters you are very tired.
Yes.
And you retire to the bottom floor where there is the bunks, the bunk room, and you are able to have some sleep before a cock crows early in the morning, and already the family is hard at work outside, managing animals back out into the fields, bringing them back in. There's the barking of horses. There is the there's the crowing of the cockerel and the cackling of the chickens, and obviously of other animals. And the family is out hard at work, and Heinrich is mostly sat outside. It's a brighter, sunnier day, though. It is not raining.
I think before we go off and pretend to do our duties, I'll sort of now, maybe, Anders, you might want to put that map back before it goes missing, and maybe we should divvy up the letters and stuff so that we not one person has one or whatever. What do we think?
I reckons, given I'm going down them sewers, I should probably not have any paper on me.
Okay. What about you, Snore?
I'll just go and show him how it's done in terms of ironwork.
Right. Well, I'll keep the letters then.
You should keep the letters.
I'll keep the letters. Cool.
Don't let me. There's fire and paper. It doesn't mix well.
Yes, so no sewer stuff and no fine. Well, Anders,
be having them papers given fire and paper don't mix well.
Makes a good point.
I mean, I guess it's more for leverage and trying to suss out what this.
Maybe you should put them in in the bunk? Like, hide them somewhere or something?
Boy, for some children to find.
Oh, yeah, all right. That don't make
It's all right. I have a pouch. I'll put it in there.
A fireproof pouch.
Obviously, the morning is. It's not long until Luther's wife Rita comes looking for you. No, is it Rita? Sorry.
Yeah, it's Rita.
It is Rita. Comes looking for you to obviously feed you breakfast, just simple porridge, and to get you out working. And you have a hard morning, like lifting things, carrying things, managing animals, and as that's going on, everyone can make a basic perception test, just a standard perception test.
All right. Oh, for God's sake.
I rolled a 4!
Wow, okay. Snorri, obviously...
Sorry, this is the first time I've rolled like under 50 for this entire game.
You take a breather, and you're watching from the forge, from the smithy, and you can see the baby, the toddler, crawling around. And then as Heinrich is hobbling about, the baby's like calling everything that's got 4 animals, goes, puppy, 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 and it's reaching out, pulling the tail on a cat, even though it calls it a puppy, and then looks at Heinrich and goes, hands, hands. And Heinrich just looks perturbed for a moment, looks in the direction of the baby, go, yes, 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 child, hands, 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 hands. And he just shakes his head, kind of quaint little thing, and then walks off. And then, of course, as lunch nears, you head towards the kitchen, again, back to the house to have something to eat. And as you go in, you hear Heinrich stood there waiting for his food, and Angie, one of the eldest girls, is silent, and she's a large girl and is, mostly washing up or making food, and she's got a face like thunder. And he's like, listen to me, dear, you act in such a most unladylike manner. Your behavior is uncouth. You should really work on it. And I mean, look at this. Walks away with a plate of food and heads outside to sit somewhere to eat it as he hobbles away.
I reckon them as can't make the food can't criticise the food.
He just laughs as he walks past you with that. A quaint idea, but of course, your palate is mostly ruined by the smell of the sewers, I'm sure.
Well, that's better than smelling like someone spilt the rose water all over me.
Henrik, are you sure that we can't kill him?
Once again, I just brandish, just pat my rapier on my arm.
No.
Start picking my teeth with the end of my rapier.
Give it.
What do you want to do then? What do you want to do?
I literally say, give it one more day, honestly.
While he's outside, I'm going to try and I don't know what side of the house he's on. If I can just punt the map into the room through the window or something. Or
yeah, sure. That's you could do that. You go get your lunch again, just cheese and bread, nothing much more, and a bit of cider. Yeah, and obviously you watch as Luther tries to calm down his daughter, and she is ranting that the man has got to go. She says, he's like those boys, Dad. He's just getting a bit too close.
I would like to have a conversation with her at some point because she's about my age.
Well, she was the farmer's daughter and he was the rat catcher.
Luther,
I'd be a girl rat
hearing
catcher.
This, turns round and takes a seat with you, and picks at a cob of bread. So, have you any ideas of what we do with his lordship?
Well, you don't reckon as how his ankle's proper bad?
You don't reckon his ankle's proper bad?
Whoa.
You saying he's putting it on?
Well, it seems possible.
What makes you think that? Why would a man do such a thing? To stay here amongst us, claiming to be
And then
crippled.
complain about it all the time. I know. I don't
It's
understand
not like we're
it.
rich. We're not rich. We've got no money to us. Just sheep and cows and goats and chickens.
Is that right? I mean, this place looked pretty fancy to me.
Well, remember, there's plenty of fancy places around here. There's Old Out down the road. There's what's the place up the mountains? Oh, there's some fine places around there. Of course, there's Outdorf. Of course, it's fine towers and the College of Wizardry. But you know, wizards, eh? Wizards. Got to be careful of them.
Quiet. Lisa, I'm so sorry. I'll shuffle in with my stuff. So, how often do you have guests and visitors here? Obviously, I know we're an exception.
Very rarely.
Right. And would you say with people coming to look for other people? Because I would say this would be a great place to probably hide. And maybe be away from.
Yeah, we're off the beaten. We're in the back. You know, we're in the arse end of nowhere, I would say.
That's the theory I'm working on. Is that our Lord is actually not who they say they are. They're actually maybe a little bit devious, perhaps. Maybe trying to hide away.
He's a charlatan.
Now, not. We're still under investigation.
His wife, Rita,
What?
has overheard this as she was bringing more food.
Now,
She's like, you saying he's not a toff. He's not a toff. I've been doing all this work, making sure his bed's made and washing his clothes, and he ain't no lord and he ain't no toff. She looks over. If he ain't no toff, he can get out of this house now.
I agree, good lady. I agree, but it is only a working theory. I'm sure my colleagues here may have better theories.
He's not a toff, and you should toss him out.
Shh!
I just see the words, and he'll be counting his teeth.
We got this. We're going to take him out. It'll be perfectly fine.
He looks around for one of the boys. Bring him here now. And as that's happening, the eldest boy, Harry, comes rushing in and looks at his hand, and all of you, and it's a picture. It's like the work of Caravaggio as he looks upon this. That fella's at the gate asking for someone that looks like his lordship. Dad, they're bounty hunters.
Now, when I said working theory, I think it's now a theory that we're putting into practice. It's still about maybe 80%. But
Luther follows his son out and heads to the gate. And you watch. You mostly looking out the window or something. Watch as they come in. Heinrich comes walking out from behind a shed, mostly having taken a leak, and is very close to the bounty hunters. And one of them is holding, draws his pistol and points it. And terse words are said, and Heinrich is directed to go back inside the kitchen, and the whole company of them come into the kitchen as you're still all there, sat eating lunch.
Right. Just like, do I stand? Do I not?
I'm gonna push myself in a corner.
As they come in, the bounty hunters, who are armed with pistols. One of them has a club. Another one has a sword. One of them also is carrying what looks like some sort of net. One of them's got a wide-brimmed hat and has a scarred face. The other one is a woman, has a ring through her ear and has darker features and has some rather brilliant trousers on. She has made some money off this. This is Carla and Hugo, who are they introduce themselves as bounty hunters of the Reichland. Please, she's like, please, she's clearly in charge. I'm Carla, bounty hunter extraordinaire. Please, do not let me interrupt your lunch. You know this Heinrich? Take a seat, man. And he is pleading for his life. You know of him?
We are merely visitors. We've only stayed here one night, and we merely chatted and stuff.
We've been looking for Heinrich, and she's got a pistol. She takes a seat, puts her boots up onto the table, and very Han Solo-ish has got pistol resting on her knee, pointing at Heinrich. we've been looking for this bastard for we've been looking for Heinrich now for a couple of months, haven't we, Heinrich? I assure you it's time. Shut up.
What's his actual name?
Oh, I'm one of them is Hans? Hans, is it? Or is it Captain Strauss? Or what was the other one? What was the other one? Hugo, what's the other one? Oh, Baron Archibald. In it. Yes, Baron Archibald. Oh, yes. Oh, they also list off a number of other aliases. You're wanted on charges of fraud, theft, not debts unpaid. I believe a philanderer as well. Surprising. I mean, look at you. I think we will be taking you into our custody. At which point, Aunt Mags, who's in her rocking chair, speaks up. I see doom. Oh, woe betide those who aid not the trickster in his hour of need. Blessings upon blessings for he who calls him friend. Oh, hear my words and take heed. Carla looks over. What's wrong with the old bat? Rita's like, I'm sorry, my aunt. She has the gift of second sight. She can see the future. Now, does Heinrich have second sight?
Yeah. I've been very quiet about it this whole time.
Right. Let me just look at.
Oh no!
It's a talent.
It is. It's page 233.
I really hope this isn't where my doomed talent comes in.
You're just going to spontaneously combust or something.
That might be my short-term thing. Trying not to set someone on fire. I'm just like, Anders, no.
Right. Okay.
Oh dear.
Interesting. Okay, you can make a perception test with plus 20. It's an average test. It's easy.
Oh, come on. 66. I don't get it, so I'm going to use my resilience to pass.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pass with 11, critical success.
Yes.
She's talking utter shit.
Thank God.
The winds of magic are not. You can see the patterns of the winds of magic. You feel them. Normally, when someone's calling upon the ability to perceive the future or any other small cantrip, any form of magic calls upon the winds of magic, and you see none at work here. She is lying.
Oh, and just to clarify, she said not to help the trickster.
No, she said to help.
She said to help.
She said help the trickster.
Oh, wait.
She's talking
who
gobshite.
aid not the trickster.
Cool. I wanted to double check that. That might change what we're doing. Cool.
Rita's like, we must heed her. She is old, decrepit, but we must heed her. She is her visions have saved our family many a time. She has foretold when we must bring in the sheep. For the wolves are out there sometimes, and she knows she hears them before they even come. Carla's like looking side-eyed, like, you know, not wanting to perhaps like not listen to the prophecy.
Carla, if I may call you that. Look, you clearly are a law unto yourselves. But could you, but I say, you know, this, you clearly caught your scoundrel. Good job. Great. I feel that you've on your way. This family, they clearly have been decimated by this fiend, this trickster. We can help up here and settle up. You go ahead with this trickster. We want no part of him here anymore.
Carla listens. So you won't stop us.
Well, I would appreciate you not putting your boots onto this fine table. But I think as long as you take this scoundrel away, and he is tried for his crimes and in a just and fair system, and is not. Wait, what are you planning to do with him? You don't plan to kill him straight away,
He will
right?
be tried in a court of law.
Yes.
And appropriately, he will have an appropriate punishment.
Which could be
Anywhere ranging from prison to losing a limb to death. And he goes like, yeah, death.
One of those ones. Okay. Okay. I think just like this gentle. I feel like, you know, whilst he has been clearly deceiving people, it is no hard thing. Like, I'm sure if he pays back and all that sort of thing, there's no need to lose limbs over this or a life.
What he's trying to say is, yeah, please take him away and do what he needs to be done, but it would be nice to think we weren't involved with another death.
Luther says, please take him away. He's been nothing but trouble, and if he ain't a toff, he owes me a lot. I want him gone. Reed's like, no, don't do it, don't. The prophecy, we will be cursed. Shut up, woman.
Wait, that's a good point.
What do you want?
There's coins.
What do you want to happen? Oh, the coins. What about the coins? Oh, fuck.
Oh,
she's got the coins. She's a liar.
Max has. Yeah. No, I've been trying to figure out this whole time. I think I have a plan.
Go for it, Anders. Go for it.
Go for it. Anders.
Go for it. I'm struggling to talk.
Very much now taking the approach of if I can't have it, no one can. But and of course, if you wanted to be paid back, Mags has the money that he gave you to settle his board and room.
Luther's like aghast. Money?
Mags has the money, of course.
Mags is just pretending to be snoring. But the rocking of her chair has increased.
It's not with her now. I believe she put it in the fireplace or behind the painting upstairs.
Oh, shit.
And you can take that and spend it on your family, and I'm sure everything will be fine.
One of the younger kids go, Dad, she told us she's got more under her bed.
I reckons the family should take what they's owed, and then the rest of it should be sent with him to be paid back to the people he's tricked before, right?
Right.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And he tricked us a lot.
There's emotional damages.
Carla looks at Hugo. I think we have an accord. And he grabs Heinrich, clamps him in irons, and also around his feet, and it's chained so he can't run ever with this. They go through his chamber and find everything else that's up there, bringing down a book entitled The Grand Duchy of Talabakland, which is a history. There's also some documents written, and they go, I can't read this, says Hugo. And they're like, is that? And they give it to they give it over to you, Heinrich. Like, do you know what? And all you can tell is from what you've seen, you can't read it, but it looks like the romantic language of Talir.
Very lovely.
And you do recognize one word, which is Mirangelo, which is a city in Talir. And you remember it off a map. Yes. The kids point out where Aunt Mags has been keeping a bag of coins under her bed. There is under Aunt Mags's blankets under her bed. There is a small fortune worth 12 gold crowns.
Oh shit!
I'm assuming that's a lot.
For reference,
these are peasant people.
A repeater handgun would cost you 10 gold crowns. A breastplate of armor is 10 gold crowns. It's more than most characters ever earn in like a life, let alone in a year. So it is a significant portion of money. Mags, at this, startled, stands up.
It's like Dr. Strangelove or something.
And she's like, for everything I've done for this family. Rita slaps her in the face and Mags storms off out of the house.
I sort of lean into Rita. I honestly don't listen to a word she says. She's talking absolute bullshit.
And as the bounty hunters lead Heinrich away, and they put him on top of one of the horses, on the back of the horse, Luther turns to you, looking at the bag of 12 gold crowns he's now got, and he's like, so we caught some rats, done the day's hard labour, I guess that's I think a sound 20 silver shillings. Does that sound like adequate payment for your services?
I roll my eyes and just go, ungi, which means humans.
I have no idea what a good amount of money is.
Yeah.
I look at
think that's a
everyone
lot,
else and go, no, remember what happened last time? No more killing. I go, yes, we'll take, that sounds like a reasonable price. Thank you.
And with that is the end of that scenario.
Oh, thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness.
I can now tell you how much XP you would have got awarded if this was part of a campaign. You would have got 50 XP for having fun. You would have got 50 XP if they resolved the adventure without violence.
Hey!
No thanks to me.
You wouldn't have got the 25 XP for negotiating for Aunt Mags to give up the bag of coins.
Oh no, we just
Instead, we kind of forced the hand.
And there was some pretty amazing sort of sleight of tongue there, though, Callum.
You could have got 15 XP for bribing the children without their mother finding out if you'd realised the children might have found stuff.
Oh, true.
You get 15 XP for figuring out that Art Mags was talking utter shite.
Amazing.
For false prophecy.
Oh, that's so
And that's
cool.
Warhammer. That's pretty much like what the campaigns are like as well.
The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were Callum, Tom, Naomi, and Fiona. This episode's special guest GM was Chris Handley of Darker Days Radio. You can check out the Darker Days Radio wherever you listen to podcasts and check out their live stream games on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Darker Days Radio. You can also check out Chris's other work and projects on his website. That's www.christopher-handley.com. This episode's RPG was Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, a tabletop RPG published by Cubicle 7 and set in the Warhammer Fantasy setting. You can find out more information about Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay and get your own copy on the Cubicle 7 website. That's www.cubicle7games.com. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply.